Ryan's home. Let me catch up on my doodle, suck a bottle, make a cup, sing a song, kitschy kitschy cameo. I bet you thought I was speaking a different language, huh? Well, I guess I probably was. This is an old Cherokee nursery rhyme that's been passed down through my family for several generations now. And I know what you're thinking. That me, looking the great Dane that I am. No, not the dog breed. Looks nothing like Native American. While my great-great-grandmother was 1/4 Cherokee Indian, this phrase has become a tradition in my family. It's helped remind me of where I come from. It's helped to shape who I am. That's family history. And yes, this includes medical family history. Yeah, that medical history. The one with long forms at the doctor's office where they ask you if you're allergic to bee stings, but you can barely check a yes because your eyes are so slow and shut and your hand can't write. And oh, wait, that's just me, not you. But I digress. The core source of family history, the very things who help us become who we are, is DNA. So today, my fellow members of the Shallow Gene Pool Diving League, aka the future genealogists and geneticists of America, we will first tear open that DNA kit and look at the long instructions to what DNA is. Then we'll spit into that vial by looking at how DNA benefits us in our daily lives. And lastly, shake it up with the greatest stories ever told because of DNA. So grab that DNA kit and start tearing. Science nerds and normies alike, I bet you have always wondered exactly what makes you, well, you. Well, look no further than inside yourself, where DNA lies. Parts of it being unique to you, and other parts being the exact same as fellow primates. DNA can be divided up into things called chromosomes, that in turn can be measured into a unit of measurement called centimorgans. Is it just me, or does that sound like the name of a cheesy soap opera? Like, these are the centimorgans! The National Genome Research Institute defines centimorgans as a unit of measurement used for the frequency of genetic recombination. In basic terms, it's comparing and contrasting your DNA. The more similar it is, the more centimorgans. So what exactly does the centimorgan stuff do? Well, for one, it helps us determine our ethnicity. Most of you are probably thinking ethnicity is your race, right? Well, you're on the right track, yet you couldn't be more wrong. It's like taking a wrong turn in Chicago. The private research university, Washington University in St. Louis, named after the founding father, not the state, defines race as the concept of dividing people to groups on various sets of physical characteristics, and ascribing social meanings to those groups. The same university then defines ethnicity as the culture of people in a certain geographic region, including their language, heritage, religion, and other customs. So that way the normies here can understand. Race is the general idea of dividing people into groups based off how they look and ascribing social roles and stereotypes around that. While ethnicity is where you and your ancestors come from. Now, I know what you're wondering. How does any of this have to do with benefiting you in your daily life? Well, according to Harvard, it helps people reflect on their own identities. And the estate planning business of Pega, Dally, Pope, and Perry supports Harvard's statement by claiming that family history helps give people a sense of purpose. Especially older folks who retire and don't know what to do with the rest of their days. My grandma! Oh, and I know that you thought that it was pickleball that gave them that sense of purpose. Family history also helps give people a deeper understanding of their identities, as well as helping give mental stimulation, medical knowledge, and other social benefits, like finding people with similar backgrounds or hobbies. Now, here's the kicker. DNA not only connects us to the distant past, but to the not-so-distant present as well. According to Vet Health, talents is one of the many things that can be passed down genetically. And an example from my family is music. I am a musician. I go on a metal pipe I call a trumpet, and am part of my school's madrigal choir. My grandpa was a choral conductor at Joliet Junior College who helped lead their magical choir band. And even further back, his great-great-grandfather, my fourth great-grandfather, was a choral composer who helped write music for choirs. And if you don't believe me, just ask any current member of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square who Joel Hills Johnson is.
Yeah.
Now, on the negative side, at least you don't have bad teeth genes. Like I do. Well, moving forward, it's about time we shake it up with the greatest stories ever told because of DNA. DNA expert and host of Finding Your Roots, Henry Louis Gates Jr. once stated that every family has stories buried in the fog of the past. And one of my favorite stories takes the perfect manifestation with the family history behind celebrity actor Julia Roberts. John Roberts, Julia's great-grandfather, was born not knowing who his father was. But through DNA testing, they discovered that it was Henry McDonald Mitchell Jr., who at the time of John's birth had another family, including 6 children. No wonder that was kept a secret. Another favorite story of mine is the kidnapping of Mary Agnes Maroney. When Mary was a child, she was kidnapped, and an investigation was opened. Unfortunately, nothing ever came of the case. So over time, relatives of Mary took DNA tests, trying to find Mary on their own, also to no avail. But in a later investigation, the police used those DNA tests to discover a distant cousin nobody had heard of, Terry. After Terry took a DNA test for herself, she discovered that instead of being Polish, she was Irish, like Mary's family, making her the daughter of Mary Agnes Maroney. More recently, in 2024, 2 singers, Sierra Harris and Alanis Morissette, had their own experiences with connecting to their ancestors. Sierra discovered that she wasn't just a descendant of slaves, but of slave owners as well. And Alanis was born in Canada and was always attracted to Jewish holidays. Just to find out that she was 100% Jewish, and she was never told. My fellow members of the Shallow Gene Pool Diving League, now that we've torn open that DNA kit and looked at the long instructions to what DNA is, then we spat into that pile by looking how DNA benefits us in our daily lives. And lastly, shook it up with the greatest stories ever told because of DNA. Maybe next time, when your grandma is talking to you about a long-lost family history or a Native American nursery rhyme, maybe you'll listen and learn something new. And that you'll know that it's not magic. It's just DNA.